Good morning, beautiful people. How are you today? What is today? Saturday. Saturday the 12th, I think. Yes, October 12th. So today I'm just going to do my makeup really quick. I already have on my, I think this is, Essence, the gel eyeliner. I think it's called Stay. Yeah, Stay and Play. And I have on my Huda Beauty foundation, and I'm almost done with the Wander Beauty setting powder. As you can see, really hit pan. It went fast because I have other setting powders that I've had forever, and this still there. And my eyebrows, I used a Revlon eyebrow pencil, which I suck at. You all know that. So, and I did use my KVD concealer under my eyes. I don't get dark circles or anything as of yet, but I'm going to try to adjust this a little bit better. That's better. And, but I still like to lighten and brighten underneath. So, and last night I did shave my entire face. I was watching a children's show with my 5-month-old granddaughter. She'll be 6 months old this month, a few days after my birthday. I'm like, oh my God, where has the time gone? She's going to be half a year old. It seems like she was just born. She don't look like she was just born. That's for real. But the creator of the video, you could see all of her makeup sitting on top of her hair on her face when she did close-ups. That's why I shave my face. Now, I don't get a lot of facial hair. I don't get like a beard or a mustache. I'll get one little tiny gray hair right here, and I've gotten it for years. I pull it out and months go by and nothing. So, but the rest of my face, I, like most women, have a slight peach fuzz on my face. And I mean, that's normal. We all have that. I mean, I'm sure there's the few who don't. But, and then there's those, like my sister, when she was younger, she had a lot of facial hair, arm hair. It was blonde. You didn't see it really unless you were up close. But, I mean, women do get facial hair, and it doesn't always come in the form of a mustache and a beard, as though like women who hit menopause, when we hit menopause, will grow facial hair. I haven't, so I don't even know if I've hit menopause. I had a hysterectomy in 2002, and I'm going to be 57 this month, but I have multiple sclerosis. So some of the multiple sclerosis symptoms mimic menopause too. So I don't know. Alexa, turn off the bedroom TV lights, please. See that purple
Okay.
go away? Alexa, turn off the bedroom TV lights.
Okay.
Thank you. I know she hears the bird. I know you guys hear Tweety too. Reynaldo, do you want to bring the baby here? And I have a visitor. I got him on Thursday. He's my granddaughter's. And homecoming was last night, so I brought him home with me. Isn't he adorable? Yes, he's adorable. And he's adorable too. He's just a little tiny chihuahua. I think he's toy, or he's a miniature chihuahua, toy chihuahua, teacup chihuahua. He's in the tiny chihuahua family. I know that much. My granddaughter's other grandmother found him roadside, and it ended up not just being him. It ended up being a whole family, because somebody else found the rest of them. Huh, you did a cutie pie, and he's such a good boy, huh? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And he's shivering. They always shiver. You got to keep them warm. because they don't regulate their body heat. They can't hold it in. So people always think they're shivering because they're afraid. They're shivering because they really are cold, even in the dead of summer. Here you go, baby. Take the baby back. First thing he did when he woke up is he came to me. He said, Nina, do you have the puppy? Where's the puppy? I mean, it's his sister, so he lives with the puppy, but I think he's missed him since I brought him home with me from his house on Thursday. So, but homecoming was last night. My granddaughter and her boyfriend were absolutely gorgeous, stunningly beautiful. I appreciated every photo they sent me. I wanted to go there, but I was so tired from I babysat all week, and then after coming home from my daughters, I had to go back to my daughters they don't live near me, so about a half-hour ride. So it was like I ended up back there till late at night, then got up the next morning, had to babysit. Getting up at 5 a.m. is not easy for me. I'm trying to go really light. I have out my IBY Ocean Awakening palette, beautiful palette, and I'm going to, what is this? I think this is, yeah, Maquillage. It's a beautiful palette too, nice fall palette. So I have to go to the license bureau this morning. So they're going to see me walk in there and they're going to be like, whoa, what's all this color? But I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit. But I wanted to use these blues. And I do have on a blue sweater. It's a tunic, actually. I should have put on leggings, but I put on blue jeans. So, because I'm going to wear my clogs. And I kind of like that bootleg or flare, wide cut leg with my clogs. I don't like, straight leg or anything like that. That's just me. Everybody's different. And once I take my makeup off and put my pajamas on, I go absolutely nowhere. I'm one of those people that when I leave the house, I feel like I have to look presentable. And I want my makeup on. I want to be dressed decent. You know what I mean? So I'm not going out in my jammies, which I see a lot of people do it. And oh, they look so comfortable. I have to try it sometime before I die. Go grocery shopping in my pajamas. No makeup, just my pajamas and slippers too. That would be really comfortable, huh? Keep an eye on him, Reynaldo. I see he's running around. You got to make sure he don't go potty on Nina's floor. He's P-pad trained, so he's had a little adjustment here, coming to a new place, new smells, and so on. So he's had a couple accidents. I cringe at those, but I get them cleaned up and sanitized and all that stuff. I'm very picky. But let's see, what are we going to move on to? But yeah, so he's doing his thing. He is using P-pads, I'd say 90% of the time now. So that's a good thing. They're too tiny to brave the weather. You know what I mean? If you train them to go outside when they're tiny like that, tiny toy breeds, teacup breeds, they get sick. They get cold. They get sick. And especially Chihuahuas, their system is so sensitive and so delicate. I see you. Um, that you have to be careful with their food, what you give them. I mean, their teeth are so tiny, and like my sister was saying last night, they are gluttons. You have to make sure everything is in teeny tiny bite-sized pieces, because if you don't, they will swallow it whole, and they have teeny tiny short digestive tracts. So it's better to give them several small meals a day, extra small meals, instead of just two, bigger ones. You break them up into smaller ones because it goes through their system really quick, and they need them nutrients. So, you know, got to do your due diligence with chihuahuas. Even regular chihuahuas, they're the same thing. Very, very delicate, very needy. The teacups, their bones break real easy. Um, and they're not afraid of anything. No chihuahua. Chihuahuas are not afraid of anything. My daughter has like one of them bully dogs. His head is about that wide. His head is way wider than mine, and his body, but it's all rock solid muscle mass. And this little guy gets down there wrestling around and playing with him and growling at him, biting him, grabbing him. And poor Sammy, he's like, okay, I don't want to move because I might hurt him. I might knock him down. Sammy moves slow, and he barely moves. Reynaldo, watch the baby. I was like, he's either going to lay on my lap while I do a video. But then Reynaldo came in and was like, where's the puppy? He was asleep, and he woke up and there was no puppy in bed. The puppy will sleep all night in the bed, under the covers, with no issues. So my first instinct was, do not put that puppy in your bed. When I was married, we had a Rottweiler puppy that we had purchased from a local, very well-known breeder, and her dogs were expensive, but they were the best. And he was a puppy, and our kids were little. He was whining at night. He was in a crate next to our bed, but he cried and cried and cried. So my ex-husband put that pup up in bed with us. Woke up to pee and poo in the bed. For me, I also have OCD, which back then was pretty bad. That's a nightmare. That is a total nightmare. I'm like, I don't want to wash the bedding. I want to throw it away. I want to burn it. But I learned my lesson. We both did. And it never happened again. No more puppies in our bed. So, thank God. But so that was my first instinct. But I'm like, okay, he doesn't have a crate. She doesn't have a crate there at the house. Usually when they're puppies, it's best to crate them until they pretty much got the picture. And he needs stairs. He's always going to need stairs. That stairs to the bed, and if you let him sleep in your bed, and stairs to the couch, to furniture. You know what I mean? So, because they're brave little guys, and they'll take a leap to get down, and they will fracture their legs because their legs are so delicate. So you have to be really careful. But so he was in bed with me, and he has been since I brought him here. And he sleeps like amazing. He doesn't wake up through the night. He's in the same spot come morning time. Bed's nice and clean, But when I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, it woke him up. I put him down on his pee pad to see if he had to pee. At that time, he did not. So I eventually brought him back up in the bed with me, and he pulled my hair, bit me, played, playing with me, and I'm like, dude, no. So he went back to sleep. He even got a hold of my grandson's hair a few times, and my grandson didn't wake up. So he did go back to sleep, and I was a happy camper. Then a little bit later in the morning, I woke up again to go to the bathroom. I'm putting eyeshadows away here. And I let him get up with me. He did pee on the pad. I was very grateful that he did that. That made me feel better because I didn't have to get up at 5 a.m. and babysit. So I thought, I'm going back to sleep. And I did. And so did he. So then when I woke up this morning, I brought him with me. I got myself together a little bit, and I took him in and I fed him and gave him water and stuff, and he went potty on the pad, thankfully. And then I put my crock pot meal in. So then I got dressed and stuff so that I could, I'm going to put a little bit there, a little bit there, just a little bit. So, I mean, he did wonderful. But now I'm faced with this dilemma. It's only supposed to be 65 today. Do I leave the little guy here when I go to the license bureau? Do I bring him with me? They're not going to let me bring him inside. I could hide him. He is hideable. But like in my purse, I ain't got room to add a bobby pin, more or less a puppy. So where would I hide him? You know what I mean? So I would have to leave the little guy in the car. Of course, I don't want anybody breaking my windows. But it's only going to be 65 degrees. And I could leave a blanket in the seat with him and crack the windows. And we won't be in there long. But there's always that one a-hole who will break your window just because. And it's like, now what? You know what I mean? So I don't want to, I wouldn't put him in harm's way. Mine or not, I would not put him in harm's way, ever. The JX, it just says bronzer, and the color is Luna Light. It is pretty light for me. I mean, I'm light skinned, so it's good for me. Even the Huda Beauty is a little bit too dark for my skin tone. I don't know why they sent me that shade, but you know, I've been getting away with it because I still have some color from the summer, you know, a little bit. By the time summer gets here next year, I will be so white you can see through me. Always have been. My sister used to tan really good, and now she burns like I do. But I burnt really bad this year. So, I mean, what can you say? What can you do? I used sunscreen. I still burnt really bad. This is Victoria's Secret. Make Me Blush. And it's very pigmented, so I just barely tap it. Okay, let's see. I've told Reynaldo like 5 times to get his teeth brushed, his face washed, his deodorant on, his clothes on, his hair brushed, which I always go back over it. Revolution, Superfix, I'm not crazy about it, but I bought like 3 or 4 of them, so I'm using them. I'm spoiled with Morphe. You know, that continuous spray, love it. I'm going to turn off my little fan here. Oh, by the way, I have on this morning Coach. I can't read the bottom. Maybe if somebody can read if it says the scent, and put it in the comments below. Oh, and by the way, if you like the video, leave me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, leave me a thumbs down. Always comment below. I love reading the comments. I love reading the comments. This is Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm just putting on a little bit of this, and then I'll put on my waterproof over top because my eyes get so seepy from, I don't know if it's my allergies, because I do have allergies I take loratadine for, but or is it the my age, kidney failure? I mean, which is it? I don't believe at all that it's the MS, but I could always ask my doctor. I don't believe it has anything to do with diabetes, but I could ask my doctor that too. And then I'm having a hard time making my appointments because they can't be made in the late afternoon because I have to go get my grandson off the bus. And then I never know my daughter's schedule for work for me to babysit the baby because she gives it to me over the weekend for that week, and it's usually 3 days that week. All of my doctors, except for one, are specialists. And they usually, you're lucky if you can get in at your 3-month mark. So, it's hard to schedule an appointment not knowing what your schedule is going to be at all. So yes, I do have to get on today and send messages letting them know. Not this week. I have one appointment on Friday that I will be able to go to. I have 2 appointments on Tuesday that are, one's at 4, the other one's 4:30. So I will make it for those. But the other appointments, I have like 3 more appointments this week. One is during my commute, so I won't be able to do that. and the other two will be while I'm babysitting. Now, ordinarily, I just put my granddaughter in the car with me. Her car seat's here. It's her regular car seat that goes in the car. So I could easily just take her with me. And that's what I've always done with my other grandkids when I watch them. But not this one. Gia, you got to pull over like many times because she does not like that ride in the car. She ain't having it. And I'm not her mother. And she really, really, really wants her mama. So that makes it even worse, you know? But I do have, it folds down from the ceiling, a built-in DVD player and stereo system and everything. I have 3-row seating, so it's really good for traveling and stuff like that for whoever's in the back seat. And I have a ton of DVDs, children's and adults, regular movies, TV show series, the whole 9 yards. But before I do the waterproof, I'm gonna get a little something on my lips. But I know it would not be a good ride for her, and it wouldn't be a good ride for me. So I cannot take her. I am waiting for her to get a little bit bigger, a little bit older, then I will. And I need her carrier my daughter has like a papoose carrier that you put on. She is not light. I'm telling you, breastfed babies are so healthy. And truthfully, nowadays, you got baby food and formulas being recalled all the time. You got shortages of both all the time. You got people tampering with them all the time. Breastfeed. Make your own baby food from fresh produce and My daughter does both. And she just recently, when we had that strike of the ports, even though it was a very, very short-lived strike, whether it had anything to do with it or not, one of her friends who is a foster parent called her, "Hey, do you have extra breast milk frozen? I know you pump." And this baby that I'm fostering takes a very special formula, and everybody is out of it. I spoke to her pediatrician, and the pediatrician said, find somebody that breastfeeds. Well, you still got to be careful, because if you're not the one who's doing the breastfeeding, you have to rely on, does this person drink caffeine products? Does this person smoke? Does this person drink? Does this person do drugs? Does this person eat healthy? Which she knew my daughter did, took every precaution. My daughter doesn't even drink coffee. So, so she knew that getting breast milk from her would be her best bet. So she said, if in the event I run out, can I count on you for a little donation? And my daughter was like, of course, So, but my granddaughter is like, she's sitting up now on her own. She doesn't pull herself up, but if you sit her up, she sits up. She's eating baby food and she's loving it. So my daughter makes that herself. Why chance it? You know what I mean? Nowadays, I mean, if your baby's hungry in the middle of the night, you ain't gotta make a bottle, warm it up, and go through all the motions. You just plop, here you go. You know, when you're out and about, same thing. You don't have to worry about all that fuss of packing a diaper bag with the bottles and everything and warming them up, making them, keeping them cold for storage while you're out and about. I mean, it is a lot of work. So breastfeeding is, you know, a lot easier. I was telling my daughter, you know, I know you get exhausted sometimes. Maybe it's better to get to pumping and pump enough that you've got enough for her first year and a few months, and then dry up and be done with it. She says, I know, I've thought of that, but I also thought of getting up in the middle of the night, having to make bottles and warm them up and do all that stuff. And she said, it's just a lot of work, Mom. And this is so much more convenient and easier. So, but yeah, but that's what my Saturday is. I'm trying not to do a lot. I definitely don't want to do a lot because I do a lot through the week. So I've got a crock pot meal in, and I'm going to go to the License Bureau, get that taken care of once and for all. And I think I'm going to call it a day. I was going to go get coffee creamer, but I don't even think I'm going to do that. I'd rather wait until I can order a big order and have it delivered to my house, so I ain't gotta go fussing through the stores, because I have Walmart Plus, which if you don't have Walmart Plus, you might want to consider it, because there's a whole lot of benefits. Even if you get like government benefits, you can get it half off, but you're paying, without that half off, you're paying like, what do I pay, $13, 12 something a month, and I get free Paramount Plus. Well, that's worth it right there, you know. And you get 25% off at Burger King every visit. So, and other deals too. You get like a free Whopper once a month, and you know, you get other deals with your Burger King. There's travel, free deliveries, free shipping. Uh, I mean, I think 10% off gas, or no, it's 10 cents off per gallon, sometimes more if they're running a special. I mean, there's a whole list of stuff. I'm just thinking of stuff that I use, you know, but Reynaldo loves Burger King.